Hello and welcome to Theme Park Worldwide, where it's time for episode 2 of creating the British Theme Park Museum. A new studio for Theme Park Worldwide and a huge new place to display all of my theme park collection from over the years. It's coming together really well and I'm pleased that you all enjoyed episode 1 here on the channel. If you haven't already seen it though, make sure you check it out. It's in the playlist here on Theme Park Worldwide. Now I mentioned in the previous episode how there was going to be 3 different phases to this project. That doesn't mean 3 videos, there's going to be a lot more than that, but 3 different rooms to actually work on here. Obviously the first room that I completed in terms of all the plasterboard and painting was in here, hence why I started with the Wicker Man fireplace and putting up all the mugs. Well, the good news is, since that last episode, me and my dad have been really busy working on phase 2, which is the room just round here. And here we go. Now I've got another big empty canvas to start working on, and that's what I'm going to be focusing on in this video. It was another busy day putting up all the plasterboard and all the painting, but me and my dad managed to get it done in a day and it's looking really good. Obviously this is the back of the wall that's got the seating on. Yeah, in fact you can just see the corner of it there. And this is going to be the huge apocalypse themed section here at the British Theme Park Museum. So I've got all my apocalypse items down here, of course the huge sign. Along with that I've got this smaller sign that was on the side of the building as well. I say smaller, it's still huge, but of course that's got the iconic arrow facing down just on there as well. So yeah, these signs, this one's going to go across just there. Obviously I've got the beams to think about, so we're going to have to do it with that lower beam across just there, so we're going to fasten that up. This one's going directly underneath in the middle, and then I've also got 2 different seats, one from the sit-down tower and one from the stand-up. So yeah, if you count this as a seat or not, obviously it was a stand-up harness if you want to call it that. So yeah, I've got both of those to display as well. Obviously Apocalypse was an intermittent giant drop at Drayton Manor here in the UK that closed last year, and yeah, I've got all these items which I'm really thankful for. So yeah, we're going to have the signage up there and then a seat on either side, and obviously I'm going to paint all the wall at the back and theme it all up. So this is going to be like a full-on apocalypse section. Along with that, there's going to be some more Drayton Manor in this room. Drayton Manor's dominated in this section. Got this massive gun just here. This used to be on an attraction called Black Revolver, which is like an indoor waltzer at the park. And yeah, that was took out. It was round by G-Force area, and yeah, that was removed sadly many years ago now. But yeah, this was on the front. I absolutely love this. So I thought we're going to have this on display. So we're going to hang this up in the middle just here. Obviously that's going to need a little bit more restoration. We did quite a lot of fiberglass repair work and that other stuff. However, unfortunately it did get a little bit damaged, the work that we'd done, because we just left it outside afterwards. Even though it was an outside prop at Drayton Manor, some of it's made of wood, and as you can see, you know, the rain didn't really like it, and this is why I needed you know, a nice new indoor place to store this stuff, because you know, it's gone back to how it was. This is how it was when I got it from Drayton Manor. Me and my dad fiberglassed over bits and fixed things up, and obviously we fiberglassed some more of this. However, this down here is all wood, and as you can see it's just crumbling away, so we're going to re-fiberglass the bottom here. We didn't do this because we thought it would be okay, but yeah, we're going to replace that wood with fiberglass at some point. But for now, going to put it up in place so I can work around the theming and decide exactly where other things are going to go, you know, because there's going to be other signage and stuff on that wall. Need to think about placement, and then of course we can just take it off and do the restoration work, or possibly might be able to keep it up whilst we do it, because there's a little bit of work needed on the end here as well. So yeah, going to get started. Let's put some signs up. While the apocalypse sign looks awesome up there on the wall, I'm really pleased with it, and just to own this piece of history and have it on display here, fantastic. I'm going to clean it up a little bit this afternoon because it's got a little bit dirty, a little bit of mould and stuff on here, a little bit of mud, so clean it up a little bit, and yeah, we'll go from there. At some point I might do some restoration work to it, but like I said, I'm not fully sure yet, so I'm not going to rush into anything. It's in place where it's going to go, and I can decide on doing them little individual projects at a later date. But yeah, I'm really pleased with that. Like I say, this whole section's dedicated to Apocalypse, one of my favourite ever UK rides that's no longer with us sadly. But yeah, I've got this sign that's going just underneath. We've got the seats on either side. I'm going to be doing some theming around here, and it's going to look awesome when that wall's done. Obviously it's just a white wall at the moment, but it will all come together. Look at this, we've got the big gun up as well. This is fantastic, very heavy, even though it's only fiberglass and wood, But yeah, we've managed to get this up on the wall and it's looking fantastic. Yeah, we've got these brackets that me and Dad actually added when we had it hanging outside at the old World of Theme Parks. Because obviously I didn't really have the space, you know, so got these brackets and then we screwed all the way through into the wood to make sure that's nice and secure, all the way through the plasterboard and into the actual wall itself. But yeah, this is very nice. Like I say, we did fully restore this, but got damaged with it being outside, so we need some more painting doing on this at some point, and yeah, repairing this, because yeah, you can see it in more detail now. Obviously all this is fiberglass, but this is wood. The wood rotted outside. I mean, when we got it from Drayton Manor, it had all rotted, but we tried to repair the wood. What this needs doing is all fiberglassing over there and then painted, and it's the same here at the end as well of the gun. So yeah, it's pretty damaged, as you can see here, so that can be all done and fixed up. Good thing is though, now it's indoors, it's going to be protected from the elements. Well, there we go then. I've got the signage up here and it looks fantastic. Also, I've just put this wooden beam going across just to split up the two signs here. And yeah, the idea of that is that's actually going to be all themed in to what I'm planning to do here on this wall. But yeah, it's coming together nicely. What I've also just done is now moved a lot of the signage that was in the phase 3 part of the project here into the phase 2 section, because obviously, as I've mentioned, we're kind of plasterboarding it in sections, and I've not been filming the plasterboard. It's not the most exciting job, but of course it looks great when it's finished. So yeah, the reason why I've moved all these here is so that phase 3, which is the old World of Theme Parks, could all be plasterboarded in there as well. But yeah, of course, I'll be talking more about that in the next video. Well, the one and only Figments has made it here now into phase 1 of the project, and yeah, this is looking a lot clearer in here, because what I've managed to do now, I've put them items in there from Apocalypse, is that I've been able to put all my mugs and things that I haven't put up yet underneath these stories there under the seating. So yeah, this is looking nice and clear, whilst I continue work on the Wicker Man fireplace. So yeah, since the last episode, I've done a couple of changes. So what I've actually done is lowered down the sign a little bit more, because yeah, I thought let's have it in line with the Be Chosen at Scarefest that you can just see there at the bottom. So I thought we'll lower that down, and it means I can put in this lovely picture from Wicker Man at the top. So yeah, I love this, because obviously all the wood around the side is used from the wood, of course, that was spare when they were creating the ride, much like the offcuts that they sold. And also I've got these lovely flickering lanterns, and I got these from my local garden centre, Blue Diamond, and yeah, these are really nice, and they're only £10 each, which is fantastic. So yeah, they're going at the top, and obviously for now I've just put them on a screw coming out. But what I'm actually going to do is build like a wooden frame for those and paint it all up, and which will look really nice. But I thought for now, until I know the exact placement of them, I'm just going to put in a very, very long screw, as you can see just there. Yeah, and it goes into the wall by about that much. Yeah, massive screws. So I thought I'll pop those in for now, just to get an idea, because thanks to your feedback, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this forward, because you all had a great idea, and that was actually bring this forward a little bit, just to add a bit more effect. So I was thinking of maybe doing that anyway, but now there was quite a few comments from you all, I thought let's do it. So yeah, I'm going to bring this out the same as this. And it means we're going to be able to get that nice wicker effect behind, and also the TV then isn't going to just kind of be sticking out to the front. You know, the signs are all going to be round it. Here's the TV that I've got. Now the TV is a little bit smaller than this here, and that's because I couldn't get one for the exact size of this, because obviously it wasn't cut out for a TV. It was a viewing window looking into the Wicker Man construction site, or SWH as it was known during the build. So yeah, you know, I couldn't get one for this exact size, but what I'm going to do, I'll do some wooden structure around it to add to it all. But yeah, this is the next phase, so I'm now going to start working on bringing this sign out. Well, it's only took me about 10 minutes just to put some wooden beams into place behind here, and obviously I've been able to screw through the holes that were already in the sign and yeah, fasten that up. So it's brought it forward quite a bit. It's not too secure yet, so I'm going to make sure I put some more in once, of course, I've done the painting and put the telly on. But yeah, what I'm going to do now is actually start doing some of the painting just on here. Firstly, starting with the back wall, and then of course we've got the two sides just there as well, which is going to be a bit of a darker brown. So yeah, I'm going to start doing that now. Well, I've just gave the wall one coat of brown paint so far, and yeah, I'm going to give it a second one. However, yeah, you're not really going to see it loads, because I thought I'd set up a bit of a sample here to show you what I'm going to be doing with the wicker effect. So yeah, I've got this just down here, and yeah, what the plan is to cut it and then of course apply it behind just there, and then I'm going to screw it in. So it looks something like that. So yeah, it's going to have a really nice wicker effect, of course, much like in the pre-show for the ride. That's what we're going for. Obviously, I thought I don't just want the white wall behind it, because you're going to see it through the gap. So yeah, it gives you a bit of an idea on how that's going to look. So yeah, a little bit of a teaser of how that's going to be done. And yeah, of course, I'm going to be doing all around the side just here and at the top there as well. So yeah, I think that's going to look really good. Well, I've been working on the Wicker Man themed fireplace for a couple of hours now, and it's coming together really nicely, even better than I thought it'd turn out actually. Still quite a few details to add on there, but you really get an idea on how the end result is going to look now. Because obviously you've got the sign, and yeah, obviously I actually pushed that out a little bit and built some framework around the side. Along with that, it means that when the TV's on there now, it means it's going to slot in there quite nicely. And also as well, it meant that I could put the wicker effect behind just here as well, instead of just having it up against the side. It turned out really nice, because yeah, it wouldn't have been a great edge, but I tell you what, it looks awesome. I then did some painting, and then yeah, added the wicker onto the back, and it looks brilliant, that does. Like I say, I got it from B&Q. I think it was like £10 reduced, so yeah, fantastic. It was quite a messy job, kind of snapping it and cutting it all into place. You couldn't really saw it very well, but yeah, it's looking good. Obviously at the top just here, I'm going to have some nice brackets that I'm going to make for these lanterns, and yeah, there's going to be some finishes at the top just there as well, just to finish the edges off, and also of course finish the painting down here at the sides. And yeah, I'm not too keen on this. It's a stain, and I thought it was a paint, so I'm going to do something different with that. Just thought I'd put that on like that for now, but it's looking absolutely awesome. Obviously the TV can go up now as well on the stand just there in the middle. And so yeah, that's all for today. I'm going to continue on tomorrow with creating the British Theme Park Museum. It's time to continue on creating the British Theme Park Museum, and yeah, I thought I'd share with you all an update on how the fireplace is coming together. Of course, all Wicker Man themes, and I've even got the soundtrack playing this morning on the TV just there, with the wonderful I'm a Score soundtrack. And yeah, got the TV all mounted up on the wall. So yeah, what I did was put the bracket up on the wall itself, then you screw into the back of the TV, and then it literally just slots on the top just there. So yeah, it took a bit of time to get it right in the middle, but we managed to do that. And along with that, hidden the wire down the back of the sign, behind the wicker itself, and then straight into the plug down there at the bottom. Obviously I couldn't get a TV to fit the exact size of this, because it wasn't for a TV originally. Like I say, this was actually to look in to the Secret Weapon 8's Wicker Man construction site. It's really authentic now. All the lights, all the music's great. But what I'm going to do is actually add like a wooden beam and some theming around the side here at some point. But yeah, really pleased with that. Very atmospheric Wicker Man fireplace. Now, like I say, I'm doing quite a few different theme sections here to display my collection at the British Theme Park Museum. And I've started doing some apocalypse theming just over here. So obviously you're going to be having the sign just at the top just there, and the little bits at the bottom here, such as the seating and the smaller sign. But yeah, I've decided to do this. So yeah, this is part of the theming that I'm working on here for Apocalypse. The colour scheme inspired by the catch cars that actually pulled up each gondola to the top of the tower on Apocalypse. So yeah, I've started by doing like the chevron style yellow and black. That's going to continue on across just here, and then of course this is all going to start coming together as well. But yeah, these different theme sections to display all of my collection, which is coming together really nicely. Anyway, up next then, I'm going to continue on putting up some shelves. As you can see, I've got some just down here, morning figments. So I'm going to start continuing on the top 3 shelves along here, and across just here as well. Feed the flames, everybody. Well, the shelving's really starting to come together now on the wall just behind the Apocalypse sign here. And yeah, I just need some more wall plugs, so I'll go and get them shortly from down at B&Q. Do you like our figments just chilling out over there, watching the operation? But yeah, I've got this awesome piece of theming here from Apocalypse Station, which is going to be used here as a nice side to the seating, because obviously at the moment you can just see straight through there. But what I'm actually going to do is put this here on the side and make like a table across just here, which should be perfect at the side of the seating, just for like putting phone on and the remote. And yeah, that should go down the side just here, and obviously a nice kind of divider, because yeah, you've got the main apocalypse section here, but it just kind of spans it round this corner as well, hence why I've done this bit of theming here as well. So yeah, I'm going to start working on that now. So this gives you a bit of an idea on how the framework is going to look for this. See, I'm going to build this out and then have a shelf just over here, because obviously we've got a nice gap between the piece of wood here and also the side of the seating. So yeah, we can have a nice shelf going across there, like I say, just to put things like the remote on there, and yeah, any other little bits that you just want to put on the side just there, whilst of course sitting here on the seating. So yeah, I'm going to put that into place and obviously make this much more secure. At the moment it's just very wobbly, I've not really fastened it down or anything, just thought I'd see how it looks, and especially when you come up from this angle just here, and you look from the corner here, yeah, it's going to be fantastic when it's all painted in. Now I've just nipped down to B&Q, and here we go, I've got the shelving all complete here now. See, I've put a wooden strip up the side just here, just to give it some extra security at the side. Obviously I could have just put another shelf in, but I thought, yeah, we'll make it really solid just here, with it being above the seating especially, in case, like, you know, when you go back on this, shakes the wall a little bit or anything like that. I mean, it feels pretty solid, but you never know. And then along with that as well, I finished putting the brackets in. I put some more wall sockets in just here to get the brackets in. Just put them 3 little brackets in the corner that I've just made as well. Obviously I'll paint them white, but you won't see them anyway when all the mugs are on there. So yeah, I'm going to put some more up there now. Well, after having quite a few years at the old world of theme parks without my mugs on display, all because of space, it's so nice to finally have them all up on the wall surrounding the seating area here in the British Theme Park Museum. Huge collection from over the years, and yeah, it's so nice to finally have them up displayed again, because they're iconic for theme park worldwide. And yeah, instead of just on one wall, surrounded in this area, which is brilliant. I've still got the resins and also some glasses to display, but I've actually ordered some nice units to go down here, with loads of different cupboards in, so they're coming from Argos next week. So yeah, I'm going to be putting them up, and then I'm going to of course have a worktop on there, which means I'm going to be able to display some bits along the top, but also may look at some more shelving as well, thinking of possibly adding a couple of shelves above the windows just here as well to display some resins. Gradually all the space will be taken up by my collection, but it's coming together really well. You think, you know, how this started as just a garden, now it's turned into this massive room. It looks absolutely awesome. Anyway, I'm going to continue on now building this little shelving unit down here using the apocalypse sign, and yeah, see how that comes together. Well, this has started to come together really nicely. Obviously, I've built the framework based on the size of the actual wall piece, and yeah, it fits in really nicely. So obviously I've just put this on here for now, mainly just to hold it together, because yeah, I've not got a piece of wood yet to go across here, but obviously that shelf will extend all the way down. But yeah, that looks really good on there. I love the detailed paintwork on there. It looks fantastic. I won't be touching that. Looks amazing, especially up against the bits of theming that I've done here at the side. And yeah, it's going to make a really nice table just along the side of the seating just here. Yeah, very pleased with that. Figment likes it too. It'll come together really nicely easy now. So I've just been up into the house to move some more boxes down into here, and I found another box of mugs. I thought that I brought all of them down, but yeah, I found this one. I thought I was missing some classics. Loads of old Alton Towers ones in here. This is one of my favourites actually, where the magic never ends. My favourite era there from Alton Towers history. But yeah, so obviously I've got a little bit more room up here, but yeah, I'm definitely going to need some more shelves up somewhere. So I've been down to B&Q and got some more wood, and yeah, as you can see, this has come together really nicely. So yeah, I've put the bigger piece along the top just there as well. Added some sealer just around there for this wooden beam. Made sure that's nice and secure. And then also put it all behind the theming just there as well. So yeah, this has come together really nice, pretty sturdy. I'll probably put a couple more brackets on the other side as well. But yeah, I'm really pleased with that. What I've done now is just move these bits out, and I'm going to continue on painting just over here now, because obviously I started by doing this. I'm now going to continue that along here, paint all of the back, because this is going to be grey behind the signage, and also behind here as well. And this apocalypse area is really going to start coming together. Well, I've just spent the past hour or so painting the wall, and yeah, just giving it a second coat, and yeah, it's looking fantastic. Obviously, took the signage off just there, and yeah, just attached it back up now. Obviously, the holes were already in place, so it was easy enough just to put that back up. And yeah, also painted the back down here as well. And I tell you what, looking fantastic this. I'm really pleased with this apocalypse theme section. It's coming together nicely. Next job is that I'm going to mark out the chevrons across this wooden beam just here and do the same style as what I've done here. Like I say, inspired by the actual catch car on Apocalypse. But I tell you what, the Wicker Man and Apocalypse sections are looking awesome now. And what a perfect place to display these genuine items from the attraction. And yeah, obviously with this, you know, I had to get really creative, a bit custom, you know, building this out just here. But I'm really pleased, yeah, because once this is all dry at the top, it's going to be fantastic just on there. Put the remote, and yeah, this wall has ended up turning out fantastic. I'm really pleased with it. Obviously, there's lots of finishing touches and details to do, but overall, it's looking absolutely awesome. So yeah, I just thought I'd show you that before I do these chevrons now. Well, that brings us to the end of another really busy day here at the British Theme Park Museum. Got lots done today, and this Apocalypse section is looking awesome. Of course, you got the big sign up there that's now complemented by the black and yellow chevrons just underneath. All the walls been painted there behind it. A couple of coats on there. Of course, got my seating just here as well now. One from the sit-down tower, one from the stand-up. That's going to be fastened up to the wall. This one, you're going to be actually able to sit in, because yeah, as you can see, I've lifted it up off the ground. Going to build like a permanent box around that at the bottom to make that nice and secure to actually sit in for a photo opportunity with the sign. And of course, yeah, I've got my little table that I've built out just here as well. Painted all that around there. And I tell you what, it's looking awesome. I'm really pleased with how it's all coming together. Well, there we have it, another action-packed day creating the British Theme Park Museum. Really pleased with how it's all coming together, and this Apocalypse section looks amazing, it really does. Not quite the end of this episode yet though. I'll be back tomorrow doing some more in here, and I'll see you all in the morning. Well, it's time for the final part of episode 2 of creating the British Theme Park Museum. And yeah, the Apocalypse section's dried nicely overnight there as well. Obviously, there's some more finishing touches to do on there, inspired by Apocalypse, some pipes sticking out, and yeah, actually fastening the seating up there as well. Well, that'll all be done at some point. It's more just putting things into place really in here now, where they're going to go. Because obviously I'm doing these little theme sections. Of course, I started off with the Wicker Man section over there, Apocalypse just here. Both of them have got more finishing touches to do, but it's just starting them and putting the items into place. Now it's placement around here, because obviously I've got this sign just here that used to be at Pleasure Island in Cleethorpes. I've then got the Bubble Man down here as well from Bubble Works at Chessington. Along with that, we've got a goat and a cannon, both of which from one of my favourite dark rides in the UK that's no longer with us, Pirate Adventure at Drayton Manor. And then I've got these items down here from the London Dungeon. Of course, not exactly a theme park, but still a themed attraction. And of course, we cover that on the channel, and we'll be representing that here in the museum as well. So we've got these original stocks. These are fantastic from the London Dungeon. So many celebrities have been in these stocks over the years. And yeah, these are from Tooley Street before they moved the dungeon 10 years ago now to its location on South Bank. But yeah, I've also got this sign as well. This way to the Rat House from the Tooley Street Dungeon. So I'm going to be doing a big kind of dungeon horror theme section at the back just there. And of course you've got the massive gun just here, which we've moved off to the right hand side now, just because I wanted it more off to the right so I can do this section here separately. So yeah, we did have it more central to the wall, but I've decided it looks better off to the right. And yeah, of course that is also from Drayton Manor. Fantastic indoor attraction they used to have there called Black Revolver. It was like a waltzer in the dark. So what I'm going to do now is work out some of the placement here, put some of the signage up, and yeah, the plan is to kind of have the cannon down here on the right, the goats just there. This is kind of set up how it's going to be here, but yeah, obviously going to put some signs up now. Wow, I tell you what, it's coming together beautifully now. Spent about an hour just placing things and fastening pieces up to the wall, and yeah, it's coming together absolutely beautifully. Better than I could have ever imagined. I'm so pleased with it all. Obviously with this section, I designed it all to display the items like this here. However, I just wanted to make sure I had enough room. You know, I wasn't fully sure until I put them out. And yeah, it's looking awesome. Because obviously the length of this wall was designed around to fit this sign, so that's why it came out that far. And then in terms of the placement, I was thinking, well, I want my seats here for a little apocalypse section, then I want the gun up on the wall just there, somewhere for the stocks right in the middle, the goat and the cannon down the side, the bulwarks man. You know, it's all just come together so nicely here now that you can walk into this space and yeah, really appreciate each and every item that I've got in here, but also it doesn't feel too cramped either as well, you know, because I didn't want to push the wall too far this way, else the seating area at the other side wouldn't have been very good. But yeah, it's coming together really well. Starting to really look now like a theme park museum. It really is. And that's the thing with this. Over on this right hand side, obviously the Wicker Man fireplace that I started this episode with, that's come together nicely. All the seating just down here now. More shelves that have gone up for the mugs. Got this apocalypse section down here. It really is coming together beautifully. And obviously I've got so many more signs to display, and that'll be coming up in the phase 3 section. But yeah, this is absolutely fantastic. I'm really pleased with how it's come together. I said this in episode 1, but I'm going to end with it again. It is so nice to finally have a place for all of these items to be displayed. I've been collecting things for many years, and as much as I've always looked after them, finally to have somewhere to display them all nicely, it's a dream come true, it really is. And I'm so grateful to have this opportunity to have these items and display them, and hopefully in the future open this up as a public museum in a different location. Like I say, here it is going to be a private collection, but of course you'll be able to see it on YouTube and yeah, in regular updates on social media, but the long-term plan is to move this and expand the museum along with some other attractions along the way that I would love to create. But yeah, stay tuned for that in the future. For now though, this is really exciting. I'm loving what I'm putting together, the British Theme Park Museum. I'll be back next week with episode 3, and we're going to be working in phase 3 because yeah, I'm going to be doing some plasterboarding in there now, finishing that off, the painting of the walls, and then all them signs you just saw in there will be going up there in the next episode along with more details, because obviously all of this section, yes, the apocalypse area is looking good, but this is all just white walls. I'm going to be doing some theme sections around here as well, of course, to continue on with that, and a really nice place to display these signs. Now I've got them in place, obviously I can just take them off the wall and do any painting or maybe some wallpaper in at the back, I'm thinking, for the dungeon section, and yeah, it's all going to come together absolutely fantastically. But thanks so much for joining me here on Theme Park Worldwide. Many more updates to come as we create the British Theme Park Museum. That leaves me with one final thing to say. Get out there and keep on riding. See you all in the next video.